Welcome back, everybody. More trails, more steel, more coldness. Alright, let's get this loaded back up. Okay. Academy Field, I believe she said. Yes. We were all told to meet here at 9 AM. Seems like I still have some time. No idea what this is about, but it'd probably be a good idea to finish preparing first. I think we're prepared enough. Good, good. You're all here. Oh, instructor. I wasn't expecting you to be... Sharon? Weren't you in the dormitory when we left? Indeed I was, but I was summoned here by Lady Sarah. So after seeing all of you off, I came straight here. How did I guess she'd get here ahead of us? You know, at this point, I shouldn't really be surprised. She ain't the Rhineford's top maid for nothing. Personally, I would have preferred not to ask her to come at all, but since she'll be acting as Group A's guide, I didn't have much of a choice. Why, thank you. Wait, why would we need a guide? So you're telling me... Oh, it looks like everyone's here already. Oh, Sharon's here too? Huh? What's she doing here? Cooking, cleaning, instantaneous travel? What can't she do? You flatter me, Master Eustace. You're just too good, Sharon. You're just too good. Well, we've got all of you here now. And look at that, 9 AM, right on time. Huh? What's that sound? It sounds like a rush of air? No, that's not quite it. Sounds to me like an airship. Are you kidding me? We're going to be traveling by airship this time instead of train. Look! What the hell is that? Here they come. Like, this particular track reminds me of Wild Arms. We got us a good-looking airship. What is this thing even doing here? Wow, it's so cool. A Crimson airship? Who does it belong to? An Imperial Army warship, maybe? Nah, not enough giant guns. Still, the shape looks familiar. Now I remember. It's like the white wings of Liberl. You think so too, right? You mean like the Arsail? Now that you mention it, I do see the resemblance. The Arsail? Wasn't that a high-speed cruiser from the Kingdom of Liberl? Indeed. It was on that very airship that Prince Oliver made his triumphant return to Heimdall. No way. They're not seriously going to land here, right? Of course they are. It's 75 arge from bow to stern. Might be a bit of a snug fit, but they should be able to touch down. Man, you've got to be kidding me. Wait a minute. How do you know how large it is? Good question, Elisa. And the answer is she's Sharon Kruger. Head maid of the Rhineford group. Just head maid, period. She's the head maid in the world. She's the best maid in the universe. She's the best. She'd be a terrible maid if she didn't know how large this random Crimson airship was. This is the best! It's actually very pretty up close. The more I look, the more it seems just like the Arsail, except red. It bears the crest of Erebonia, though, so at the very least, it's an airship from the Empire.
Salutations, my beautiful friends! It's only been 10 days since last we met, but I couldn't keep myself away.
Oh, brother.
Prince Olivert!
And Major Vander.
I'm glad to see you all again.
Your slack-jawed amazement says it all. It looks like this will be quite the crowd pleaser during its grand unveiling in Heimdall.
Wait, what grand unveiling?
Man, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Still, the prince is just here in a supporting capacity today, to say nothing of myself. The real stars of the show are the airship and this fine gentleman we have aboard.
What might you be referring to?
It's been quite some time. I see many familiar faces gathered here today, and several I've yet to have the pleasure of meeting.
Is that?
I know that voice.
That's my dad's voice. Of course you know that voice. Hey, Toval, what's up, bro?
The Radiant Blade Master?
Captain the Radiant Blade Master to you, young Master Reinschwarzer.
Father.
So that's Laura's dad? Wait, who's the what now?
Who's the what now? He's the what now.
And look, Tobal's with him too.
This isn't quite how I expected our grand reunion to go. That's for sure.
What are you doing up there? And what's with the hat?
The hat's great. Allow me to introduce you. This is Captain Victor S. Arsaid, who will be assuming command of this ship.
So that's what this is about.
Cool, cool.
I'll fill you in on the details another time.
What in the name of Adios is that?
Victor, we would love the details this time.
Wow, what a pretty ship.
This thing's a real piece of work.
Incredible! I've heard about the specs, but the numbers don't do it justice. Looks even better live than on paper. Principal Van Dyke, you too?
Could someone fill us in on what exactly is going on here?
Your bafflement is quite understandable.
But this is a big ship. What's more to understand? It's a ship. It's big. Here you go.
The chairman of the board proposed a change to your travel arrangements for this month's field study. He's agreed to deliver all of you to your respective destinations aboard this airship.
What? We'll be riding in style.
He's mainly taking it on its maiden voyage to unveil the ship to the nation. We're just kind of along for the ride. You'll be headed to the capital first, but from there, it'll be a straight shot to Ruhr.
Wow. I'm not sure what to say.
So damn.
Oh, this is all so sudden. I think I need to sit down.
Well, should we be off, Your Highness?
Yes, that sounds marvelous. With that, let me be the first to welcome you, Class 7. Aboard the second Arsail class high-speed cruiser, the Courageous.
Arsail sounds cooler. Courageous sounds silly. But the ship's cool as hell. I still think the air oars look stupid. There they go. Yeah, we're riding in that. Gaze upon with awe and jealousy. Not even our high-speed trains could hope to match that. That may be true, but we still have our own strengths. How's the investigation coming along? Well, they've been pretty blatant about trying to obstruct us. So basically what we expected. The same is true in other areas as well. Understood. Respond with pattern 13. I'll head there myself this afternoon. Yes, ma'am. At least, look, I'm zooming.
My, what a spectacular sight.
And I'm not talking about the ship, I'm talking about your brother.
My brother told me all about it, but there's no substitute for seeing it soar through the skies. It's simply beautiful. Yes, it really is. You're up there, aren't you, Lee?
Of course I am. Look at me, at least. I'm zooming.
Wow! That's the Courageous. Oliver finally finished his airship.
It's a fine ship, isn't it? Prince Olivert seems to have gone to quite a lot of trouble having it built.
Is this the wind of change you intend to release across our staid and troubled land? Go, my son, and show me the caliber of man you can be.
I will, sort of, father.
Can you believe it's been almost 2 years already? And look at how far our debaucherous prince has managed to come. Partnering with Liberl to make a second Arcel-class airship, then cruising over the capital? I suppose that's one way to stick it to you for outmaneuvering him at the trade conference.
Let him have his fun for now. Still, this was certainly an unexpected play on his part. He and that band of students he likes to ship across the country have proven a never-ending source of entertainment. But now, my dear Prince Oliver, we have reached a decisive point. The board has been prepared, every piece in its place. Can you turn the tides in your favor? I look forward to finding out.
Just zooming around and going. How much fuel must this thing take to power? Nortia Province, southern edge over the Schwarz-Dreich barrier. Schwarz-Dreich.
It's currently 10:02, and we have a north-northwesterly wind blowing in at a speed of 11 Arch. We've just passed through the Schwarz-Drake barrier's airspace into the province of Nortia.
Current speed is 3,050 SPH. We've reached full cruising velocity.
Maintain current course and speed. Follow the Nortia main line, maintaining a distance of 200 Arch.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So this is what the bridge of a cruiser looks like. It's all kind of making my head spin. If I'm not mistaken, this ship is equipped with the Epstein Foundation's latest information processing system. Huh, so you actually managed to get the Reinford Group, Zeiss Central Factory, and the Epstein Foundation to collaborate? I suppose you would be the most well-informed on matters of technology. It took the combined effort of countless supporters to take this airship from blueprint to beauty. I've caused a great many people no small amount of trouble gathering the technology and funds to build it. It's nice to know that even princes have trouble with financing sometimes. Alas, it's true. I had to borrow quite a sum from a number of sources. the Emperor himself among them. But all my labors bore fruit, and we were able to build an airship that met all of my ideal specifications. At a length of 75 arge, it's almost twice the size of the original RSI. And with it sporting 20 ZCF's high-performance engines, it can achieve a top speed of roughly 3,000 SPH. Not quite as fast as our style's 3,600 SPH, but the Courageous boasts high armor and interception capabilities. Good grief, she's memorized all the specs already. Still, the more I hear about it, the more unbelievable it sounds. Sounds like he's compensating for something. I'd heard something like this was in development, but I never would imagine you'd pack this much power into it. Well, now we have a rough idea how extravagant this ship is, but what I don't understand is why my father is sitting in the captain's seat. He's not even part of the military. Unless... Father, did you actually enlist in the Imperial Army? I can understand why you might be perplexed. However, this ship isn't part of any military force. Huh? So wait. Is it officially regarded as the property of the Imperial family? Precisely. I intend this ship to give wings to a third faction of sorts, unconnected to both the Imperial and Provincial armies. To that end, I could think of no finer captain than Viscount Arsaid. Well, that at least explains some of it. I see what you're getting at, yeah. The fastest airship in the Empire, captained by the Radiant Blade Master? Couldn't ask for a stronger deterrent than that. I'll say. Well, that's my hope anyway. About half of the crew here are on loan from my division, the 7th Armored. The rest are civilians representing a variety of nationalities and social classes. As for me, I'm here because I'm just that good at gathering information. They've also tasked me as the point man for keeping in touch with the guild on all its local branches. Makes sense to me. Toval's definitely a good choice. He's got tact and patience to spare. Me, on the other hand, I'm more of the face-punching type. Frankly, I'm still shocked we're here. I never imagined we'd be flying in such a marvel of a ship with such a distinguished crew. You've got me curious, though. Are you intending to tour the whole Empire like this? That's our plan, yes. The hope is that it might help assuage some of the tension that's been building across the nation. And if we plan to intimidate the Imperial Liberation Front while we're at it, all the better. Ah, that makes sense considering they've got their own airship too. The Intelligence Division and the RMP seem to be keeping them in check for now. But having a ship like this in the air will definitely put even more pressure on the Liberation Front. In other words, this ship allows me to kill 3 birds with one stone. Genius, isn't it? And if I ever felt the urge to stretch my wings, I can take to the skies whenever the mood strikes me. Perhaps one day I'll even be able to put on a recital soaring in the skies above Heimdall. Well, putting aside certain idiotic flights of fancy, at this speed, it should take less than an hour to reach Ruhr. Feel free to make yourselves at home while we're aboard. Aside from the restricted areas like the engine room, you have the run of the ship. Go on and poke around a bit. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks. I think I'll take you up on that. And so that's how we ended up flying to our destinations aboard the Empire's newest, most cutting-edge cruiser. But we didn't just sit and look out the windows, of course. Since we had the captain's permission, we each set about exploring the Courageous, seeing what this top-of-the-line airship had to offer. Honestly, you could have at least told me about this a little sooner. Is this the reason you've been so busy lately? I apologize for the secrecy, but much of this project fell under the veil of strict confidentiality. There are some things I'm forbidden to speak of, even to my daughter. I'm sure you realize that. But Klaus must have known, right? Why was he allowed to know while I was left in the dark? Well, we're honored to have been invited aboard. We can rest a bit easier once we arrive in Ruhr, knowing we had an Imperial escort. Indeed you can. The Provincial Army will have little choice but to accommodate you. This ship's purpose is to act as a deterrent to both factions, as well as the Imperial Liberation Front. By doing that, we hope that the Courageous will hold the old guard at bay long enough for something new to take root. I'm sure it will. They chose wisely in naming you captain. Still, I assume that's not this ship's only purpose? Well, true. Building an airship this advanced seems excessive if all you're going to use it is as a deterrent. Laura's right. There has to be some other purpose it was made to fulfill. Very perceptive of you, my daughter. I regret that I wasn't able to discuss this with you properly when you were in Legram last month. But I'm proud to see just how much you've grown since you enrolled at the academy. I have my class to thank for that. Learning alongside them has been a constant source of insights. So tell me, Reen, How's she doing? Is Laura getting along with the other students? Huh? I think she's been fitting in fine. I see. That's reassuring to hear. At times, I worry that growing up in a sword-fighting household caused her to end up less well-rounded than her peers. I hope you and the others will continue looking out for her. Of course. We're glad she's with us. I can't imagine Class 7 without her. I can't help but get the feeling that she's something more to you than simply a classmate. Whatever the truth may be, I hope you continue treating her as the lady she is. I'm not one to abide inappropriate behavior toward my daughter. I don't have the faintest idea what you're talking about, but I'd like to think I know how to conduct myself toward my classmates. Good, good. That's what I wanted to hear. What are you two whispering about? What are the two of you going on about with all your whispering and your furtive glances? It's nothing you need to concern yourself with. Just a little discussion between men. You needn't worry. We'll be sure to get you to your field study safely. As a student of Thor's, I expect you to give it your utmost. Huh? He really does care about her. Yeah, that's his baby girl right there. Alright, so let's go exploring a bit. Let's go to the first floor. That's restricted. Carrying some tanks. Okay. The view from up here is so beautiful. I feel like I'm weightless, soaring peacefully above the clouds. You know, this is actually the first time I've ever been aboard an airship. Well, I think I'm starting to feel a little dizzy. Is that normal? It is. The airship we used in the Corps was pretty fast, but this one's even faster. In fact, its specs seem pretty high across the board. Fancy stuff. Never a dull moment in Class 7, I guess. How happy are you, Milliam? Whoa, this ship is amazing! We're flying faster than a bird. Take that, bird! Now I kind of want one. I wonder if Gramps will get me my own airship if I ask him real nice. You can already fly around in Air Getlam. Don't go getting greedy.
At long last, the Courageous is finally taken to the skies of Erebonia. I feel like a mother hen watching her chicks leave the nest.
I'll take your word for it.
This may sound a bit forward of me to say, but it sounds like you had some hurdles getting this project together.
Absolutely.
It was no easy ride, I'll say that.
I doubt it would have come together without the Prince's unwavering dedication and tireless work. He had to find the time to raise funds and oversee the entire project, in addition to all his official duties. And to add to that, he had to take care of all the arrangements necessary to get Viscount Arcade installed as its captain.
I can't even imagine how busy your schedule must have been. Even from a student's perspective, it sounds brutal.
Well, for this ship to have any weight as a deterrent, I needed the Viscount. Thankfully, he agreed to my request. My plan is to create a neutral third power capable of acting independently of our nation's two competing factions.
And you did.
You can think of the Courageous as the first physical embodiment of that ideal.
A third party, huh? I feel like I'm starting to understand at least part of what it is you're trying to accomplish.
The road will be a difficult one, though.
True, but this is only the beginning. Seeing this ship soar through the clouds for the first time moves my heart. Just as when Class 7 was formally established, I look forward to seeing what the future holds for the Courageous. And for the brave men and women of your class.
Your Highness.
We live in interesting times. The political situation across the Empire seems to grow more ominous by the day. But, with any luck, making a real show out of this ship's launch will push back against the prevailing climate.
Well, that's the hope at least. Either way, you'll have your whole life to split hairs about politics. For now, give your attention to your field study.
Thank you. I know you have high expectations for us, and I hope we'll be able to meet them.
Huh? Ah, rear deck.
Instructor Sarah? Tova? What are you guys doing out here?
You know, catching up.
Oh, just a little bracer-to-bracer information swapping.
That's about the long and short of it. Been a while since I saw you guys, though. Not since last month in Legram.
Yeah. Always nice to see a friendly face, though.
Well, despite keeping in touch with him and setting up these arrangements, it came as a surprise to me to see him on board, too.
Clearly, it was meant to be. Honestly, I was only brought on because of my connection with Viscount Arce.
This airship really is in a class all its own, though. It's not every day you see a ship owned by the Imperial family and captained by the Radiant Blade Master.
This cruiser has the potential to be an important force in Erebonia going forward. Without ties to the Imperial or Provincial armies, it can potentially keep both of them in check if need be. It might not be able to do that quite as well as a strong guild presence could, but it'll still help protect a lot of people.
That's true. It still frustrates me how the guild used to be an institution here. And now we're just barely keeping the lights on. At least the Crossbell branch sends its people over to help us out when we need a hand.
Wenzel's one thing, but we owe McLean so many favors, I've lost count.
Yeah, McLean is another Blade Master. Well, we'll see him when the Crossbell games hit stateside at the end of this year or next year. Or you can check out my channel where I played through them with the English patch done by the Geofriend.
McLean? Wait, are you talking about...
Oh, yeah, I guess you would have heard of him. He's an A-rank bracer over at the Crossbell branch. A guy we used to work with named Wenzel works there now, too. Wait, maybe we should back it up a bit.
The guy we're talking about is Arios McLean, aka the Divine Blade of Wind. The name probably sounds familiar to you because he's also a practitioner of the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I've never met him myself, but I heard a lot about him from my master. He mastered the school's second form. It sounds about as untouchable as anyone who holds the title of Divine Blade.
Well, he's pretty damn strong, I'll give you that. Bailed me out of more tough spots than I'd like to admit. Speaking of, you know who else is a student of the 8 Leaves School? Cassius Bright.
Damn, that I did not remember.
We were talking about him before, remember? He's the bracer who took command during that big incident 2 years ago.
Yeah, selling Joshua's dad.
Though from what I heard, he left the way of the sword behind a while back.
Now he fights with a stick.
Cassius Bright was here in Erebonia. Wait, 2 years ago.
It was an eventful time, to put it lightly. And yeah, we have Cassius to thank for getting us past that. But afterward, well, you know the story from there. They shuttered guild branches all across the Empire, one after the other. And your dear, sweet instructor was out of a job.
I'd be glad to give you all the grisly details, but it's a long story. We should probably save it for another time. But hey, the guild seems to have a good track record with folks from the 8 Leaves School. Maybe you should consider a career as a bracer. Door's always open, you know?
Clearly not.
Me? A bracer? Huh. I never really thought about it before.
Hey, there's enough of us singing the bracer blues without you trying to recruit my students.
Never hurts to start them early. Seriously, though, we're always looking for more good people. If that's something you wanted to do, I wouldn't turn you down.
I'll give it some thought.
You need to give it a lot more than just some thought, Reen, my boy. You need to give it all the thought. Alright, where to next? Now I think I gotta speak to Sharon and Elisa. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I had no idea the Rhineford Company was involved in developing something on this scale all this time. Then I found out it was a collaboration with the Epstein Foundation and ZCF. And on top of that, she's got her hands in the development of our Arcus units too. It's way too much work for one person. How many projects does Mother have under her wing right now? Well, I'm afraid I can't give a simple answer to that. But suffice to say, the chairman only knows about a small number of projects in development by the Rhineford Group. Lately, the directors have... I knew it. Oh. Hello, Master Reen. Sorry, am I interrupting something? No, it's okay. Have you finished your exploring the airship? I expect it'll be a while longer before we reach Ruhr. Finished? I don't even think I've seen half of it yet. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm looking forward to landing in Ruhr, though. It's been a while since I've seen the industrial metropolis. It's not too far from my hometown, so I'd always hear about it in passing. Oh, that's right. You're from Ymir, so I guess you would then. You want a little refresher? I can bring you up to speed on all things Ruhr. Sure, why not? Ruhr used to be a factory town, but as it grew into a hotspot for technology as a result of its steel and heavy industry. The population is around 200,000, and since the city's in the Nortia province, it's under Marquis Ragnar's jurisdiction. Ah, that's right. I still find it kind of wild that Angelica is his daughter. You know, last time I visited, it felt like the whole city was man-made. Trees and grass were rare sights. It's kind of hard to tell how large the city really is. Well, the city itself is basically one giant structure, divided into several levels. It's been expanded so many times that even longtime residents occasionally wind up in places they don't recognize. Why, I've lost count of the number of times I've had to go pick up Lady Elisa when she lost her way. That was when I was a kid. Don't say it like it still happens. Really, it was a long time ago. Something tells me we're looking at the not quite so distant past. Anyway, north of Ruhr is the Saxon iron mine. The iron mine there makes its way into most of the Rhineford Group's products, in some form or another. The amount of ore they get from just one mine is immense. The Empire would be a different place today without it. I don't doubt it. Even our textbooks mention the Saxon mine. It's been vital to the Empire ever since back before the Orbital Revolution. In the center of Ruhr, you can't miss the Rhineford Group's corporate headquarters, which is also basically my house. Honestly, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go back anytime soon. Elisa. Yeah, I guess there's no point in moping about it now. We've yet to have a field study that didn't spiral into some sort of hectic adventure, but I'm ready if you are. We'll just take it as it comes. I'll be wishing you all the best. Alright, now where do I go? Let's go to the bridge. I don't know who I need to talk to now. Oh, buddy. I'm a little lost.
Attention all crew members and passengers.
Oh.
We will soon be entering Ruhr airspace. Please prepare for landing. And make sure you have all personal effects with you before disembarking.
Don't tell me what to do, Ghost Boys.
Sounds like we're almost there. That was a shorter flight than I'd expected. Guess I'd better go round up the others and start getting ready.
Yeah, we were zooming.
Ruhr Airport's granted us permission to land.
Yeah, they better have.
Commence landing preparations and keep the engine warm. We'll be taking off again right after our guests have disembarked.
Aye, aye, Captain. Preparing the Courageous to land.
Including today, you've got 3 days for this month's field study. Make them count, guys. I plan on it. We'll do the best we can. You guys be careful in Ortis, okay? Yeah, it sounds like things could get dangerous there. Don't sweat it. We'll be fine. We ought to be alright if a certain someone can keep her mouth shut. Take care in Ruhr, everyone. Will do. When we get back, we'll be jumping straight into the festival prep. I hope you're ready to discover the true terror of planning by committee. Oh, that's right. With everything that's happened so far, I almost forgot about that. We'll have the songs and outfits finalized by the time we get back, and we should have the positions all figured out too. Let's try to save at least a bit of strength. It'd be a shame to come back too tired out to do Class 1. Oh, I think I can find the energy. That's all the more reason for us to return safe and sound. The spirited joys of youth. I'm sure both your field study and the Academy Festival will prove valuable experiences for all of you. Work hard out there, guys, but not too hard, you hear? May the goddess go with you. Take care. We will. The Courageous touched down at the massive Ruhr airport, where we parted ways with the members of Group B. With us safely on the ground, it wasted no time in taking to the skies again, ferrying the others west to Ordis. Ruhr was a maze in every direction, but Sharon guided us to Reinford's corporate headquarters without missing a step. Sometimes I forget I got turbo on. This tunnel goes on forever. I cannot but recall trying to navigate Grellia Fortress. I guess when you build with tons of iron and concrete, everything starts looking pretty similar. We're not far from the city center now. You might want to brace yourself. Ruhr has an even weirder layout than the capital. Hey, that's my hometown you're talking about. But I can't deny it's true. Looks like we're finally out. Welcome to Ruhr, industrial city of making the railway guns. Ordnance for all. Huzzah. Whoa. The city extends above and below? Well, Ruhr grew up around steel fabrication and heavy industry. That's how it came to be known as the Empire's industrial metropolis. He's got a toy little car, vroom vroom. You were right, it is weird. It's got a population of around 200,000 people too. That's about as big as the capital of a smaller country. I feel like this city's gotten even bigger since the last time I was here. The Reinford headquarters is on the upper level, right? That's right. If you'd like to visit, just head up that escalator.
Allow me to welcome you to Ruhr, home of the Reinford Company. I sincerely hope that your field study here will be a fulfilling one.
Alright. With that all said and done, we're gonna cut the video here, and we'll be exploring Ruhr next time. Until then, everybody.